What is up, guys? It is your coach of the LA Flame Chargers, Kaz, and unfortunately, it is only me today. Shiro's pretty sick, so she's not here to do this post-com. Unfortunately, my video was corrupted, or our video was very corrupted. It was lagging a bunch, so it made it basically unusable. So we are using Steve's point of view. Thank you so much, Steve, for sharing. That's why you see his team and not ours. And we're going to kind of just run through this battle together. There won't be any in-game audio, unfortunately, because I don't want his commentary conflicting with my commentary. And I'm going to just do my best to remember the situation, because it's been a couple weeks. So I don't remember everything right off the top of the dome. I do have my sets on the side once I pull them up. And then, yeah, we're going to just get right into this. This was a really good game, so I hope you guys stick around. Definitely give us a watch. Give Steve a watch if you want the live commentary as well. I understand live commentary is more fun, and I do also prefer that, but unfortunately, we do not have that. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. So, starting off the bat, his team has a Slowking, an Ogerpon, a Cornerstone, Iron Val, Gliscor, Kyurem, and a Gyapdos with Tera. And I believe it is Tera flying Gyapdos. That is a very, very scary team. Let's just move on ahead. And as you can see, our team, we had our Tornadus Therian, who has not been doing so hot this season. I do not like that mon that much. It is fast, but there's a lot of inaccurate moves you have to click to really get good progress with him. He can be used as like a pivot support guy, but it just feels like you get really nowhere with them when you play him like that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad. He costs a lot for a reason. Then we have Ogerpon Wellspring, our Go Tera Hoopa Unbound, our Conk Donphan, who's, I think this is Donphan's first game, and Iron Moth here once again. And ironically enough, we got Conk and Moth from Steve. He dropped them and we picked them up. Shout out to him for dropping them because he didn't have to. He came in late as a replacement coach, and the guy that originally had the team dropped them. We picked them up, but then he joined, so he could have actually kept them, but he was enough of a homie to share them with us because we wanted them. So yeah, I didn't get to see his items, and I will say we did not expect to solve Vest Kyurem. That's not what we were calculating for. But yeah, let's get right into the battle. Skip ahead. Oh, whoa. Chill. Go back. Don't want to skip everything. Alright, we got... Oh, we're rocking the same pose. So this is our alt account, actually. I had to use the other account because we battled early. So we led with Iron Moth. We were Choice Scarf. Rocking a lot of speed, so we could speed tie, I believe, Ogerpod, just in case it was Trailblaze. We could still go for the speed tie. Looks like he's just gonna go Tera right away. I see that he was Facade. That's interesting. I like that. So he's locking in his Brave Bird, and I believe we're gonna be locking in our U-turn. Here's just Choice Scarf. We know we can't really stay in. He does way too much damage to us. Tera flying Brave Bird, that is, just does so much damage. I figured it was gonna be Tera flying. We did not have a lot of good resistances to flying. All we had was Empoleon, which is of course weak to close combat too. So Tera flying Brave Bird was really free to us. We got that nasty crit, 30 points. I'm sure that matters a lot. It might with the recoil. It could matter a lot, but now we're gonna go into our dedicated answer, which you'll see here is Moose the Donphan. He is max defense, impish nature with 248 HP. With leftovers, I EV'd him like this so we can guarantee to live 2 non-choice banded or like life orb Brave Birds. So we do live another unless he crits us. So it looks like he's gonna just swap out immediately while I believe we get our stealth rock ups, which will be here in a second. Ain't sure, we're definitely taking our time deliberating what we're gonna do. We didn't mock this week, so this was one of the first weeks where we didn't actually get to mock. But the way we team build and stuff, it makes it... I just feel very comfortable without mocking a lot of the time, especially when I'm just theory crafting. I mean, Shiro sat down, and we theory crafted quite a pretty solid team, I would say. So now we're just kind of figuring out what we're going to do. We probably assume that he's going to swap here. We just don't know if it's going to be U-turn, what he's going to go out into. So what do we want to do? It looks like he has no removal, so Stealth Rock is looking really good. So he brought out the Ogerpon, very threatening mon. We did not have a lot of defensive answers for this either. But we got the rocks up, which is really handy because we can break the sturdy on this Ogerpon next time it comes in. But as you'll see on his moveset, which it looks like he's checking his team out real quick, he does have Horn Leech, so we can actually reacquire that sturdy if he gets a Horn Leech and gets back to full, which is very good for Ogerpon corner. It's probably my favorite Ogerpon. It's like, just, it feels so good to use. So he has Swords Dance, Synthesis, Horn Leech, and Ivy. So we didn't even have Trailblaze, so nothing to worry about there. So right now he's considering, does he Horn Leech or does he Ivy? And it looks like he's hovering that Ivy really hard. Which on our side, funny enough, which is probably why we're taking so long, me and Shiro were deciding, or at least I was, do we go Tornadus because we're thinking that maybe he Horn Leeches, or do we make the safe play and go to Conk? Unfortunately for us, our Conk was actually Spadef, but we were kind of making a hard call that it could be Ivy Cudgel, predicting a read, because we don't have a lot that can swap in on it and take meaningful damage, or I guess resist it meaningfully. So I was thinking for sure he's gonna use Power Whip. I didn't even think he had Horn Leech yet. But I just wanted to play it safe, and we got rewarded. If I would have swapped in Tornadus on this Ivy Cudgel, it would have gotten blown back so hard. So fortunately, I did not make that mistake to do an aggressive swap turn whatever this is, very early in the battle. It was kind of because our team is very offensive, so we needed to make like aggressive plays, and so I really wanted to go for it, predicting that he was gonna Horn Leech. But even if he did Horn Leech, he probably would get back to full, and then our attack wouldn't kill. Then he just kills from there. So Conk was the right play, and it ended up paying off really nicely for us. So right now, he is debating what he does. I actually don't remember what we do here. I'm guessing that we're going to click Knockoff, because I don't think he's going to want to stay in on this. Him swapping there kind of would tell us that he doesn't have U-turn, or else why wouldn't you U-turn? But I guess we do have Mach Punch, so never mind. But we go for the big knock. This is a Colbur Berry Slowking. I'm pretty sure it's max defense. Keep that in mind. That's going to be very important at the end of the battle, or near the end. Rocking that Iron Defense Slack Off. He took notes from that slow bro that we faced week 1. The Iron Defense to make it so it was really hard to kill. Then he has Scald Foul Play, which is pretty good into us. The Foul Play lets him hit the Ogerpon for pretty good damage too, because Ogerpon has a decent attack set at 120. He has Slack Off to heal, and now we're kind of figuring out, do we just stay in and do more damage, or do we swap? As you probably saw, we are Iron Fist Conk. We are not Guts. I don't know if he's gonna be afraid of Guts, and that's why he doesn't want to click Scald. But as we could tell with this damage, that is definitely defensive damage. I don't know if I ever really processed that. I think Shiro might have said it, like this is a defensive Slowking, so, but like it's been a couple weeks. Pretty sure Shiro's seen it right away, because Shiro was running Calcs more than I was. I do need to run Calcs more, and I do run Calcs, but sometimes I kind of play on instinct, which does go well, but it also can go very poorly if you're not super aware, if they're doing like funny sets. I definitely was kind of expecting a Spadef Slowking. But defensive also is fair. So now he's going for Iron Defense. It looks like he's going for Iron because he saw that we went for a knock, so we stayed in. So he might just try and like get going, get bulky, make it hard for us to kill. Iron Defense was definitely for that for the Ogerpon, because he could go Iron Defense. He's also max defense. I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. It could also be for Hoopa, because we've been running a lot of mixed Hoopa with knockoff, and it makes it really hard to kill. So now he has to decide, does he go Scald? Does he stay in? He just went Scald. We taunted. We didn't want an Iron Defense anymore, or Slack Off. And he just lets a Scald rip right into the Torn. This is the unluckiest Torn in all the land. It got First hit Sludge Bomb poisoned against the other Slowking, the Galar one, when we faced Grandmaster D-Ray. It got first turn burned now, and I'm pretty sure it got first hit status even before then. This is just the unluckiest Torn I've ever had the displeasure of using, and it just soured my it just soured my entire opinion of this mon. And because we were burnt, I think it might have given, I don't know, I gotta check I can't see the HP. It might have put it in range of where, like, if he scalded there, or maybe if he foul played, it would have killed us after the burn. I don't know particularly exactly. And as you saw, because I think we're still having the Pokemon cards come out. I'm doing this before all the editing, so, but I'm pretty sure you would have saw that we don't have U-turn on this Torrent, so we have to hard swap. We cannot just U-turn and get momentum, unfortunately, because we were taunt 3 attacks, I believe. No, we were taunt 2 attacks, my bad. We were Bleak Wind, Focus Blast, Nasty Plot, and Taunt, which I thought Bleak Wind and Focus Blast was all we needed. Right now, with our record the way it is, we just were playing as aggressive as possible, bring all the inaccurate moves. We need them. We need Focus Blast or Kyurem. Focus Blast is good for the Ogerpon. Bleak Wind hits literally everything else for good damage. And after our Nasty Plot, I'm pretty sure we have a chance to Oko the Gyapdos as well. Pretty sure. But obviously he's Scarf, so he probably just kills us. But yeah, we got a very lucky swap. We went Ogerpon into his Gliscor, which is actually huge for us. And honestly, at this part of the video, like, I was just all instinct right now. The fact that he swapped in Gliscor on our special attacker should have really screamed that he was special defensive. Because there is Spadef Gliscors, and like, we know that his defensive Slowking is the defensive mod. So this is more than likely a Spadef Gliscor, but on our POV, I never put that together. I'm just thinking it's probably defensive, because that's Gliscors do, they're defensive. But he can actually be Spadef too. He has good defensive stats all around. So that should have kind of told me what was going on. And yeah, so he swapped here, and I'm pretty sure we just let rip a Cudgel. We might, I think we just Cudgeled here, pretty sure. Let's see what's up. Yeah, we just get a little Cudgel off. Now we can definitely confirm that that is a defensive Slowking. Or like somewhat, I don't know his exact stats, but he was at least somewhat defensive. And now, if I look back on my notes, I'm pretty sure it was like mixed defensive probably. But yeah, it had some good defense in it. So now we can just lock in a Power Whip. Because yes, we have Power Whip. Because we wanted the big damage. But it's that inaccuracy that always scares us. But we need to make some progress. We've kind of just been nickel and diming. Our Torn is burnt, so we are already behind a little bit because of that. And our Donphan is at half HP. And we landed, and we take out the Slowking. The first KO of the battle. Slowking is down. Ogerpon is up. Finally. Ogerpon needed some redemption after last week. It had a poor showing last week. A little bit unfortunate. And Ogerpon's been such a consistently good mon for us, so I'm glad to see it back in some on the good side, getting some kills. We love to see that. And it landed a Power Whip, which it missed Power Whip in prep. Like in prior weeks when we did mocks. In prior weeks when we ran Power Whip, we kept missing them in our mock. So I was glad we didn't miss it in the battle. But yeah, we just swap here. No reason not to. We're afraid of the big damage, so we're just gonna let him chip himself down if he clicks Brave Bird, but he clicked U-turn, of course. But with that damage, I'm pretty sure we could still live a Brave Bird after the lefties. We are a very defensive Donphan. I love Donphan. I wish we could have brought it more. It just feels like we always need so many things that it's hard to fit everything on the team and still have offense. And now it is confirmed. At this point, I had no idea what he was. No, that's not true. I thought he was Scarf. Scarf Kyurem is very common. It could also be Loaded Die Kyurem, like Dragon Dance Loaded Die or just Choice Scarf. So I was kind of locked in on him probably being Scarf. And we have a dedicated answer to a special attacking Kyurem. So we're gonna go out into that right now. So you're gonna see Cock come right back out here, gonna chew, absolutely chew this freeze drying. Luckily, no hazards are up. His glide score has not really got to do anything. I don't remember what his set is, even though I'm on his side. I don't know what his set is, and we just scrolled by it again. I'm not going back. I refuse. And oh my god, this thing has Destiny Bond. I kind of want to say Nasty Plot. This thing has D Bond, which is very nasty, very cruel. Which is very unfortunate for. I know exactly what he wants to use that on. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So he brought in the Iron Val, of course. We're actually bulky enough to where we could live a Moonblast. We're AV. So but we didn't bring Poison Jab. We were between Poison Jab and Ice Punch. But I felt more confident. Funny enough, I felt more confident taking out the Iron Val than I felt about taking out the Gliscor. So we stuck with we stuck with Ice Punch instead. And yeah, that knockoff did 0 damage because he already used his item. So now we are probably deciding where we go. If we want to give up a Mon and then go Hoopa because we're afraid of Moonblast, because this thing could just rip a Moonblast. Hoopa, it's not very tanky this game. We did not make it very Spadef tanky at all. It has its natural Spadef tankiness, but that's about it. Right now we are deliberating, do we just sack so we can get Hoopa in for free so then we can Tera it, which I'm pretty sure is what we do. So give it a second. Me and Shiro, we really like to think out our plays, because if you guys don't know, you may think that 2 heads is better than 1, and it can be, but it's actually hard to decide together. This is our first week where we kind of like, we had a talk with each other, and yeah, here we go. We went to sack. Unfortunately, he is faster than us, so yeah, we just gotta give up this Mon. But yeah, this was the first week where me and Shiro were like, okay, we need to have someone who makes the final call, because in these past like 5 weeks of battling, we've kind of like deliberated and talked and was like trying to come to an agreement. And me and Shiro have 2 different thought processes. Like, yes, me and her think of a lot of the same things, but we also have a lot of solutions to get to different answers or to the same answer. But they always take different routes. Or not always, but there's a lot of times where they take different routes. And goodbye, 07 Saturn, another week without a kill. He's not that guy anymore. I want to say it now, not that guy, pal. He needs Tera. And I do Tera, so I will never use him with Tera. But yeah. So yeah, me and Shiro, it takes us a while to come to an agreement, but this week, this was finally the week where we sat down with each other and was like, we need someone to take the lead in the final decision so we don't get stuck trying to come to some sort of agreement. Because this whole season, me and her both are worried about, like, we need to agree with each other. And he clicked D-Bond here, guys. This is sound the alarm! Hoopa! No! I'm like the meme of that guy in the car screaming at the other guy saying, no, get away! Like, yelling, don't do it! Hoopa! Don't hit him, Hoopa! Unfortunately, all Hoopa sees is red. He just wants to kill. So, that's a big trade. We did take out his most expensive Mon, but Hoopa is technically our best Mon too. So we just traded our best Mons. Which, Hoopa was really good this game. In Weird Choice Scarf Hoopa, he only had 1 Scarfer. So yeah, this was pretty rough. This was a bad loss. Him losing Val is cool and all, but Val was not really an issue because it wasn't like physical attacking Val with like Poison Jab to hit our Hoopa, stuff like that, because we're a lot less tanky on the defensive side. So us losing Hoopa there was, I think, way more impactful, because I think Val was not, Val always lost to Hoopa, so him being able to take him out like that was so big for him. But yeah, now we went back into this thing, into our Iron Moth, and now we're calking. Dazzling Glam will generally kill this Mon if he's not AV. If he's Scarf or whatever, Dazzling Gleam should KO this Mon. And now we're deciding, do we go for the kill or do we play it safe? Because if he has a lot of HP investment, this could maybe not kill. And I've had too many situations where I just barely don't kill them, and then we pay for it. So I think we're gonna click U-turn here. But just to go back on the final thing, but yeah, me and Shiro, we finally decided to have someone to make the call at the very end, so we don't get stuck. Not because there's a lot of times where we just won't know what to do. and then we'll not know till like 10 seconds, and then we make a rash call, like a fast call that isn't right. And it's honestly worked out really well. I think we're starting to figure it out. But it definitely was a lot. It was a big learning curve using 2 people at once. It's definitely hard. For anyone that thinks that makes it easier, it's definitely hard. Oh yeah, he took that decently well. I'm convinced that he's still scarfed, considering that he stayed in. But I don't think I ever figured out he was AV. So we just got lucky. We swapped it and didn't, because we U-turned because we wanted the additional chip to make sure that we could kill. And this is where we make, or like I make a mistake, because I was the one making the final calls here. Like we would talk it over, and then I would be like, okay, we're gonna do this. We should have just Mach Punched. I think Mach Punch killed. We were Iron Fist. I would have to check the calcs. We had 64 in a 2-hour attack. But we did not do that. And we take a big hit, and we live on like 3 HP, which was a roll in his favor to kill us. And we went for Ice Punch, predicting that Gliscor is coming out, because we kind of probably dumb for us, and now we Mach Punch. We should have just Mach Punch. That was my bad on that call. I think it killed. I want to say it did. We were Iron Fist, but we weren't like adamant or anything like that. But he was under half HP, under 50%. So we took a lot of damage. And now he has a Gliscor who's faster than us. So we kind of can't really do anything at this point. And he's just gonna, looks like he's just gonna go, he was he was just mono Earthquake. Wow. That's actually, well, in U-turn, that's a crazy set. Okay. If we had our Torn alive still, that would have been great. So now I think we're just deciding what we're gonna do here. I mean, there's not much to decide. We were thinking, do we save this for a sack? But I think we just decide it's okay. This mon has done everything it needs to do. It took out the thing it was meant to beat, the Kyurem, and it removed the Colder Berry, which could have been nice if Hoopa was still alive. So he U-turns here, and we still have about half HP Donphan. I'm pretty sure we have Ogerpon, Iron Moth, and I think that's it. I think we have 4? No, we have 3. Moose Solar Panels, and Undying. Those 3 guys. I'm sure you guys remember their nicknames, right? Very iconic nicknames. So we got to see what he went out to first. And this is where, you know, anything could happen. Because we can't kill with Iron Moth yet, which I think we're calcing. And we need Moose. We still need Moose. So we went our Ogerpon. So now it's Speed Tie City, baby. Coin flip 50-50s, our favorite. So we just we need to win one of these. We need to win this 50-50. Because I think we click Superpower here. I don't think this is the first time you've seen Ogerpon here. Superpower kills. I'm pretty sure Power Whip kills too, but we didn't want to risk the accuracy. But he won the speed tie, got his Horn Leech HP back, which gave him his Sturdy. And so we Superpower here, lowering our attack and defense. We already get 2-code by Horn Leech anyway, so that didn't really matter. So now we need to win this speed tie. We need to win this speed tie, and that should confirm us a game, because we always outspeed Gliscor. We can sack Moth if we need to. We have Donphan as well that can get meaningful damage off. We probably wouldn't sack Moth, honestly, but like either way, we would have gotten extra damage off on something that came in, unless it was like, you know, the Gyarados. But unfortunately, we lost 2 50-50s. That is just our luck. We get burnt on the Scalds right away. We lose the speed ties. We missed the Bleak Winds. We didn't miss a Bleak Wind this week, I will say, but we have in prior weeks. But it is what it is. No use to really complain. Luck isn't even real. It's an unfortunate statistical roll, and that's just called luck. So now we Fiery Dance here. We are faster. We take the KO. We still have a chance to win this. If we had Ogerpon, that would have been a lot nicer for us. But actually I missed it. We got the boost. We got the boost. So now, I'm pretty sure he goes Gliscor here. And here's the dilemma we're in at this point. I did not figure out that he was Spadef yet. I think he did. I think he's only taken Stealth Rock damage, I'm pretty sure. But if you know, most of the time people bring a Spadef wall and a defensive wall. And it felt like Slowking was a defensive wall. It looked like he was more mixed, but I don't think we ever figured that out. But we knew he had defensive investment. If he is, I'm gonna pause it right here. If he is max defense, this 100% always kills. If he is Spadef with that much HP, I believe it never kills, or it was a roll. I'm not gonna do the calc here. It was a while ago, but it was either a roll to kill or it never killed. I'm leaning more towards it never kill. But let's see. He lived on 26 HP. And this is how you lose games, guys. We had a surefire victory where he clicked Earthquake. He's not offensively invested much, or at all. Donphan's a free switch, and then we win. We take the Earthquake, we heal from leftovers, he does not 2-KO us. We click Ice Spinner. This thing will die, because it's more Spadef than defensive. And even if it doesn't die, it gets in range where we can come back into Iron Moth and Fiery Dance, and win the game. But unfortunately, since I was the one making the final calls, I clicked Fiery Dance, saying fuck it. And that's why you need to calc, and you need to figure out your path to the safest path to victory, or the guaranteed path if there is one. It would have probably cost us a diff, but we would have won the game. But unfortunately, I didn't give Shiro enough time to say what she needed to say, because she did end up saying this could be Spadef, and it was too late. And that was because I was just rushing, because I thought we won. And I rushed to click the attack, which is, it makes me so sad. I didn't even want to do this commentary, and I didn't even want to do the editing, because I was so sad that I fucked up this poorly. When I've been doing this for over 2 years now, I started in Gen 9. I've won multiple championships, and I made such a bad call, which cost us the game. It would have been nice if we had Ice Shard. This would have been good too. Like, we would have had Ice Spinner and Ice Shard, I think. I mean, no, we lived another one. We could have had Ice Shard instead of Ice Spinner, and then just Ice Shard twice. But I calced against defensive Gliscor during prep, so I felt like we needed the Ice Spinner. Because I think Ice Shard probably killed from this range at 78. Donphan has pretty good attack at 120, so that's as much as Ogerpon. But yeah, as you see, he had 78 HP. If we just had our choice Scarf Moth, we would have won the game here. We're faster, because we're also Scarfed. But I made a mistake, and everyone makes mistakes, and we learn from it, and we don't repeat those mistakes in the future, hopefully. I am bad at learning these lessons, so who knows. So, unfortunately, we did lose. GG's to Steve. He played great. He played to his outs exactly the way he needed to. It was on me for not finding the safe path to victory, and instead risking it for nothing. So yeah, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this post-com. It let me really think out all of my thoughts. And thank you so much to Shiro for, going along this ride. We got one more week, guys. We can't make playoffs anymore. We have one win. I do apologize for the terrible showing, but this was a league full of goated coaches, and I wouldn't have traded this for anything. This was such a good lesson to learn, such a good way to get better at Mons, being able to learn from some of the best. We got to learn from Shuckle King. We learned by battling some of the best. Grandmaster D-Ray is a great coach. All of Kirby, Grandmaster D-Ray, at A12. Like, sorry if I didn't list you. You guys are all coached. Nova, Steve, obviously. I've faced Steve a few times, so it was great battling everyone. And Shira would say the same thing. Unfortunately, she is sick right now. But yeah, guys, we got one more week. Let's see if we can end it on a bang, on a big dub. And yeah, thank you guys again for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.